What is up? How is everybody doing today? We're gonna be jumping into the band called Babirusa with a song called Mandatory Malevolance. And yeah, let's go, man. Final song of the stream. Yeah, man. I was surprised that we've gone like 0 skips so far, which is crazy. I didn't realise there was 2 vocalists, but it's cool. What the fuck does that word even mean, mate? Why, man? Nope, they don't disappoint. They're just so good. Let me search what the fuck this word meant, and then we'll be good to go. I don't remember. The appearance of being true or real. Okay. Interesting. That's a crazy pause picture right there. That's such a sick place to pause it without even realising it. So evil stirs and becomes its own on the horizon of known realities, the point at which intrinsic and peripheral spaces collide. The reign of an Ophidian construct imperils the percipient, malevolent and narcissistic, obdurate and unbounded by sapient axioms, the machine equivalent of God itself. So I'm guessing what it's saying is that space collides, atoms begin to move in a different way that isn't meant to be done within physics, and then, like, the reign of a different kind of being comes, like something like, almost like an AI, almost like a much highly advanced, forever learning AI, learns how to control reality itself, and becomes the equivalent of a god itself. Like, if it can unbound sapient axioms, as in, like, we're Homo sapiens, right? So I'm guessing it can literally, like, tear us apart and make us new and, like, design it however we want, and can design reality in the sense that way too, and then literally, like, becoming that AI or machine equivalent of, like, a god itself, which is crazy, right? Initiate. Born within the depths of reason, it brings forth a surge of instability, vindictive illusion ripping through the herd under the weight of verisimilitude. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah, like that one that I just researched, that one there, like of something like the appearance of being true or being real, being like that thing, man. Whichever way you want to go about it, man. The tormentor of worthless vessels of actual and artificial flesh. So yeah, it's like becoming judge, jury, and executioner. Like, it's determining whether you've lived a good life or a life worth living, and whether you deserve to be alive to begin with. And it will just change your attitude and change you into something completely different if you're not living up to your potential or whatever you want to do. In that kind of sense, like the machine equivalent of, like, the Terminator series, like how that had like all machines coming to take over Earth, is like a much more highly, like, efficient kind of machine in that sense. So interesting. I love that. What's it, man? I was watching Waver. Boy, this highs are sexy, man. I love this band so much. I need to do way more of them. Way more of them. boy, man, this is so cool. This is so awesome. How am I only 2 minutes into this and it's literally like, there is so much information going on. He's like, the vocalists are going up to Archspire levels of speed with the vocals. Like, they're literally just speeding, man. That's absolute craziness, mate, but still. Cadavers long deceased reconstructed, those who slumber reanimated, all of mankind shall be sleepless forevermore. So yeah, like if you've been dead or died recently, or if you died 1,000 years ago, you'll be reconstructed instantly. Those who slumber, those who are dead, reanimated completely. And sleep will be non-existent. Sleep will never be a thing. You'll be forced to stay awake forever and ever and ever until the end of reality. If the machine can even allow reality to end to begin with. The synthetic reproductions utterly bewildered at the sight of coming face to face with their very own doppelgangers. So yeah, it's like you have like the human versions of themselves, then you have the doppelgangers, the ones remade from that machine's flesh, or the flesh that machine decides to make. And like you have the normal humans, you have the doppelgangers of the humans, and I'm guessing it's going to be one massive takeover, or one massive war, or whichever way you want to go about it. Both selves stupefied, mirroring horror. Cognitive dissonance begins to run rampant through organic and cyborg minds, existing as two separate entities embodying the one reality. So yeah, it's a paradox, basically. Like, the machine is causing a paradox to happen. Like, generally, paradoxes aren't a thing that can be allowed to happen in reality in order to keep the cosmos how it is. So like we have the multiverse theory where, like, there's infinite universes and there's infinite versions of us all doing basically the same thing at the same time, but also not, also differing in like subtle ways. Like, think of every way you could have changed your life. There's a different version of that for every single thing. That's the kind of scientific theory that's happening at the moment, and we're trying to figure out whether that's a reality or whether that's fiction. And that's kind of what that is. It's causing a paradox between, like, having two versions of the same person at the same time, at the same point in space. It should not be allowed to happen, but it is. So synchronization will now be consummated, born within the depths of reason. Yeah, we've done that within that, and yeah, craziness, man. The lyrics are absolutely fucking, like, detailed. Oh, okay. We're commencing phase 2 now. That's it. That's fucking sickening, man. That's so cool. This band, the top tier deathcore, man. One of the best. Fucking love it, man. Yeah, man, this band deserves everything, man. They are... where would I even put them, man? Damn. Like, definitely best deathcore band we've had on stream today, I would say. Probably tie them with Neathful, actually. I would say, like, this is a very different kind of deathcore to what Neathful do, so it's kind of hard to examine the two, right? But this is cool. Like, I wish I would have gone back to them sooner, actually. Like, I wish I would have seen a lot more of this, because this is absolutely craziness, like pure insanity, or whichever way you want to go about it. And yeah, I love the lyricism. The lyricism is absolutely complex as all hell. And is absolutely effed up in so many different realities, but still. Then we're commencing phase 2. All anthropomorphic mortals neurologically linked. So, every cyborg, AI, human flesh, whichever way throughout the cosmos is linked. Like, brain to brain to brain to brain to brain. And then, the original and replicated alike shall feel endless agony. So there's a paradox of the two, and they're both suffering infinitely. A retribution for not aiding the prime system to come into being, like the retribution for not allowing the system to come into being sooner, like for not allowing it. I'm guessing the ones, or if something did help it, then I'm guessing it doesn't suffer, but by the looks of it, nothing helped it. It just came into being through its own, like, ability, its own, whichever way, like computers and AI coming basically back and taking over the universe, the cosmos, reality itself, and we get the idea. Like, mental and physical anguish are all that awaits as the collective feeble conscience realizes its grave mistake. Like, all of living creation realizes how much of a big mistake they made in letting this artificial computer AI like come into existence to begin with. The reinsertion of cloned and imitation lives into the Nexus. The Nexus, I'm assuming, is like a big hive mind, like a huge, like, big pylon of sorts, in a sense, man. Cables forced into the spinal cords of the resurrected ones. Humanity entirely trapped within malevolent control. So yeah, they're forced to endlessly suffer and forced to do whatever that machine wills, and craziness, absolute insanity with like deathcore and like truly top tier, one of the best to ever do it. Just from this song and the other song I've heard alone, man, just I need more and more of this band. This band are crazy. And yeah, this was like the perfect song to end the stream, to be fair with you, in my opinion. And have a wonderful day, evening, good night, everybody. And I will catch you guys in the very next video. Until then, take it easy.